Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shetler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Skunk River Radio, country music from 1990 through 2010 with some Iowa country music sprinkled in. Listen at skunkriverradio.com, download the app, listen on Alexa by saying, Alexa, play Skunk River Radio on TuneIn. Skunk River Radio will also be available on Google Assistant in the near future. You can listen to me, Steve Shetler, each weekday morning from 6 a.m. to noon and listen to The Haze from noon to 6 p.m. Skunk River Radio, online radio for country music from 1990 to 2010. And a good morning to you. It's time for the sports section here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Also being heard on Skunk River Radio, online radio. Make sure you check that out. And we are live at Barn Wired in downtown Sigourney, 119 East Marion. We're on the south side of the square. And you can stop in for your breakfast and your coffee to get you going on a Saturday morning. And yeah, it is going to be a busy Saturday here on Steve Shetler Media. We're starting with the sports section today. We've got the Keota Fun Days Parade coming up at 11 a.m. today, and we're heading to Iowa City tonight, University of Iowa, for Pekin softball, playing Central City and Keota. So a full day of activity here on Steve Shetler Media. We're starting things off with the sports section. We've got A.J. Johnson, our summertime host from KTVO, hanging out with us this morning, and we're starting off with Cardinal baseball. A.J., take it away.
Good morning, Shetler fans, and good morning, Cardinal. How are y'all boys today?
How about you?
I'm doing good. Shetler was talking about everything he's going to be doing today. You might as well just put me in the car and take me along for the ride. We're going to spend most of the day together, Steve. I'm looking forward to some Iowa City today. I'm going to go watch Pekin play at Bob Pearl Field, and have some fun out there. So, Coach, you need to kind of get these guys on some. I mean, I've been in the Field of Dreams with Van Buren. We took Atlanta, Missouri to Busch Stadium, and now I'm going to University of Iowa to watch Pekin softball. You got to get these guys some good ball fields to play in. What's going on, Coach?
Yeah, we're falling behind a little bit for sure in that area.
Well, first and foremost, thank you guys for being out here. We want to let the people out there know who exactly we're with. So we'll start here. If you'll give me your first and last name and position you play.
My name's Brody Phillips. I'm an outfielder.
Drake Durflinger, first base.
Kaysen Miller, left-handed pitcher in center field.
And, of course, in the back there, we've got the ever-esteemed Coach Ryan Renfrew. Coach, we will start with you, the elder statesman on the platform here. We spoke a little bit in the preseason, a good interview about what was coming down the pipeline. Last year you guys ended the season really strong. I think it was 7-3 in your last 10, and of course you got the first round sub-state win. And you guys wanted to carry that right into this season. And you told me you guys had high expectations. Sitting at 10-4 right now, how do you feel you guys are living up to that to start the season?
Well, 14-0 would sound better right now, and I think all of these guys would kind of agree. We've been on that path. Of the 4 losses, they've been by a total of 5 runs across those 4 games. So it was one hit, one pitch, one particular play usually that changes the course of a game. And we were in the middle of I think starting to get going again and doing hopefully a really successful week with 4 games coming up this week. So I think expectations are still high. I think these guys are still motivated, still really coming after it hard, and I think these next couple of weeks are going to be solid.
Yeah, one hit, one pitch, one errant throw, that could be the difference of a game. And how do you I mean, while that's a good thing, it's just like we were right there. But when you're right there once and then twice and then 4 times, what do you do? What do you focus on to switch that and be on the other side of that one mistake?
Consistency and preparation. The plays are the plays, and we just have to be prepared to come in and be even, and we have to be ready for whatever happens and making small adjustments at the right time, and we can't get too consumed with what may happen on the field. For us, it's about the work from day in and day out.
Obviously, every team would like to be undefeated wherever they are in their season, but where you are right now, is this where you felt like your team should be?
I have high expectations for these guys. These guys have high expectations. It's kind of went throughout. I didn't feel like we had a loss on the schedule, this season, which again means there's a lot of things have to happen, right? In order for those things to go. And we've been off to a solid start, but our pitching depth is really something to argue about. It's been really solid, and our bats have done a really, really solid job. These 3 guys have done a tremendous job of keeping the top part of the lineup going and keeping everybody else accountable as well. So, I think just a well-rounded team right now.
Brody, how goes it?
Good.
Well, let's jump right in. So I heard you went 0 for 3. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Not funny. I'm kidding.
You gave me my material. I had to use it, man. So thanks for bringing the seniors, by the way, because it means we can talk a little bit about the history, the things you guys have been through. And, last year started, not the way everyone wanted, but like I said, it finished pretty well. And how would you explain the experience that you guys took from the end of the season and what it looks like carried you right into this season?
I'd say the biggest difference here is that we really know how to fail. I think last year, we skill set wise, we were there. We had a really solid team, but things were not falling together like they should. We learned how to fail. We got comfortable with it, and in that failure, we were able to grow and kind of carry that growth into this year. So I'd say that's been the biggest difference so far.
One thing, I've been around the area for about a year, and Cardinal is about 15 minutes up the road from Ottumwa, where I stay, where I cover. So I get to see a lot of Cardinal sports. I've talked to a lot of coaches from volleyball to basketball, Dustin for softball, and now you guys a little bit more of baseball than I did last season. And one of the things I've always enjoyed about Cardinal, it's been a consistent thought process from all the coaches about the little wins. Like you mentioned, learning how to fail. It's also about learning to take the little wins and build on that. Where you guys are in the season, and we hung out in the dugout the one time. Y'all were having a blast while winning, so it was justified. What would you consider to be some of the many wins that you guys have been having?
I'd say just hanging out with the guys. I mean, the culture we have on the team right now is the best it's ever been. We're having the most fun we've ever have, but at the same time, we're taking it more seriously and preparing better than we ever have. So I'd say that's the biggest win inside the team right now.
Drake Derflinger, how goes it?
Pretty good. How about you?
I like this guy. He shows out for the camera. I showed up, and this man walked up to the bat. They stopped the whole game to sing the national anthem, and like a patriot, he goes out and hits a home run immediately.
Had to do something with
it. Drake, as a leader on this team, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you won Athlete of the Week just a couple days ago or so. As a leader on this team, what are some of the things you focus on with the younger guys coming up to not only have a successful season this year, but to keep a legacy going at Cardinal?
Usually what I'm trying to do right now, I got a couple kids I'm trying to take under my wing right now, and I'm really trying to prepare them for the failure that's going to happen in this game because, like we all know, we all fail at every at-bat. We're all going to fail at every pitch. There's always going to be those at-bats that you're not going to do as good, and there's always going to be that play that you don't get that you should make, and I try and teach them that it's okay. You got to get rid of it as quick as you can because if you hold on to it, it's going to affect you down the road and down that game more than you ever know. And later in that game, you could come up and it could be 3-2, bottom of the seventh, 2 outs. You're the guy up. So, you had to do something with it. But if you're hanging on to that one play, it's really going to hurt you because it's done to me a lot of times in my last 4 years now. So I've learned a lot this year to just let it go and keep going on with it.
Short memory, goldfish memory. That's how you started that sentence off. I got a lot of kids, and I was like, wait a minute. So we're getting personal, Drake. We can talk about the home life later, but let's keep it to baseball, Drake. How do you feel your bats are going right now, Drake?
I feel they're going pretty good right now. I mean, they could definitely be better right now in the season, but they're to a point right now where they're getting us through. But I think by the end of the year we should be going a little harder on it. But for right now, they're doing pretty good.
You guys are 10-4, sitting I think second in the conference right now below Sheraton. It's the same thing as it was last year. You know, Sheraton, Knoxville, you guys just going back and forth. What needs to happen for you guys to take that next step, other than just beating Sheraton, obviously, and find yourself atop the SEC?
I think for us right now is it just needs better preparation going into the game and not trying to think, oh, who's going to pitch this game, and trying to put name to face. I think we just need to go out and put the puzzle together and not worry about who's going to pitch that game for them and, get ourselves hyped up and be like, oh, this guy throws 80. Well, that shouldn't matter to us. We just need to hit the ball. We just need to go out and play our game, and I think that's just our biggest thing right now is just going to play our game because we know we can do it. We know we can go out and take first in this conference. We just have to put our mind to it right now.
What's up, Kaysen?
What's going on?
What's up, man? Tell me your best joke.
No.
Family friendly.
No. You weren't ready for that, huh?
I got a lot of them.
All right, we'll circle back. I wanted to catch you off guard, bring you into the fold the right way. I'll get you for real here in a second. So hey, Coach was talking about it. You guys have been on the road for a while, about 2 weeks almost. What's it been like having to leave home and play all these games in different stadiums in front of hostile fans, so on and so forth?
I really think it's an experience, to be honest. Just being able to get out there and compete and show these different parents and kids like the ability that this team can do. I mean, we got bats, we got arms, we got pitchers, we got fielders, we got everybody. I mean, it's just an elite team, and hey, I think it's awesome to be able to go out and show our talent.
It's a privilege to go and compete in other places. That Cardinal knows what you can do. It's time to show other people what can happen. Now you guys have a week-long break. I mean, I'm sure that's nice, but do you feel like that also can kind of slow you down a little bit?
It can, but I think our guys will stay prepared. They'll take their time. They'll do their thing. I think we'll just come out and do a job. I mean, no matter the stretch, the amount of time that we take off, we'll be ready to go back.
How do you describe this team in your own words?
Unique by far. I mean, we got a big stretch of guys, big group of guys, from 8th graders, sophomores, freshmen, seniors, juniors. I mean, we got a lot of guys, we got a lot of talent, and I think within the next couple of years, Cardinal baseball is going to be something great. I think Cardinal baseball is going to do something amazing.
I can tell from talking to Coach in the preseason, hearing him talk today, talking with you guys, and the expectations is the word he's used a lot, and it feels like there's something special that could happen this season as well. How do you handle that pressure as an individual and as a team?
Well, I think Coach, he sets the bar really high, and I think that puts a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I think it's good because pressure makes diamonds. Everybody knows that. So the higher the bar, the higher the expectation, the more that our guys want to go out and show, like, hey, we can raise that bar higher every time.
Big week coming up for you guys, and either one of you guys can answer this one. You got Knoxville on the schedule coming up on Wednesday, right? If I'm not mistaken. That's kind of I don't want to say a deciding factor of the conference, but clearly with the three of you guys butting heads again, you need to do what you need to do. So you're always taking one game at a time. We'll go Brody. Looking at this game coming up on Knoxville, what's the mindset like as you get ready to take the field against them?
Prepare very well. I think that's the thing for us. We've played very well against them. They've played very well against us. It's going to be a dogfight, but we're prepared for that. And we're going to get in there, play our game, stay relaxed, and make it happen.
You guys get the win against them. Is it putting the cart before the horse to say, we got this conference in the bag, or is it more like, all right, next game?
Still got to get 2 from Sheridan.
Yeah.
We got to take the Sheraton double to get the conference.
Would you say we'll pretend Knoxville's not out there watching? Would you say you're more worried about Sheraton than you are Knoxville?
I don't think so. I mean, baseball is such a chaotic sport. Anybody can take a game from anybody at any time. I think baseball is not a sport you can take any game for granted. So I think we prepare every game like it's the same. We prepare every game like we're going to war, and we take it one game at a time.
Drake, if we fast forward it to the end of the season, the last day of the season, what's the perfect ending look like from where you guys are now to what could be then?
The perfect thing, I think, for all of us, what we want is a state chip. I think that's what we all want right now. That's what our goal is. That's where our bar is right now. I mean, we all like the state chip, and it might not happen, but we'd at least like to, we want to get 20 wins. That's been our goal all year. Just try and get 20 plus. That's been our real goal. But next goal after that is definitely go get that state chip and go show people what Cardinal's about.
See, since I'm removed from it, I can say this. I don't even want to think about the collapse that would have to happen to not get to 20 wins at this point. The way you get, I'm not tooting my horn, but I have this thing when I go around the team. I was talking with your batting coach, I think it was, and a couple of the guys, and just. I like to feel the atmosphere and the culture around. I did this with the Tumble football last year, and they hadn't been good in a long time. But I left the first time there knowing something special was happening. They went on to go 7-2, and if they were in a different conference, they would have been going to the state tournament. I feel the same thing just from the first time I talked to Coach Renfrew ever. Had a interview with him, coming out there watching you guys play. Be serious, yet also – have a good time and be in the dugout and just enjoy the fact that you're getting to play summer baseball. So that confidence is something that I think if you guys are carrying on to the field week in and week out, you're going to be just fine. But what else needs to happen mentally, Kazan, for you guys to continue in the direction or live up to the expectations of yourself and Coach Renfrew?
Well, I think baseball is a big mental game. You make an error. You get up and you think about it, and you carry that on. And I think one thing that Ryan preaches most is let it go, flush it. That's always his big thing. Flush it, make the next play, get the next at bat. So I think just a lot of mental prep and a lot of mental barriers that can really hold you down. But I think a big mental prep and just being ready, getting a good night's rest, just being there is always what you need to do.
Coach, we're going to get you one more question, then we're going to have a little fun with the guys before we get them up out of here. I know from interviewing day in and day out, you guys don't do this, but I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to look into the future a little bit here. Drake just talked about it, the perfect ending to the state championship, and like that it would be for everybody. But there's a lot to do before you get there, and specifically getting into the postseason and playing the way you need to play. So where do you guys need to be? What needs to happen from here? How do you guys improve to where you need to be to win postseason game after postseason game? You told me in our preseason interview anything less than a few postseason wins would be a failure. How do you ensure that failure doesn't come to pass?
Well, there isn't really a whole lot of ensure. It's always going to come back to preparation and momentum, and we have to figure out how to prepare to have positive momentum. Every single baseball game is dictated and changed with the course of one play, and we have to figure out how to either keep that on our side or battle it mentally for the next couple of innings. That to me is the biggest hurdle that we probably face right now. We have the skill set, we have the arms, we have the bats, we have a lot of good things situated. It's a lot of just self-preservation for these guys too. Trying to figure out when to be high and trying to figure out when it's okay to be low and trying to figure out, most importantly, how to stay even through the course of the season, because this is a war. This is not just a battle here and a battle there. This is a war, and I think these guys are set on the long term, and they understand that them staying healthy, them staying mentally focused is the biggest challenge for us.
Your best baseball still ahead of you?
I sure hope so. Every coach is going to tell you, "Oh, I got my finger on the pulse of this team," and they're all lying. We pretty much every day I show up and I pray a little bit and I hope that the pieces and parts have been put into place. But so much of coaching is done, especially with the rules and the regulations in the state of Iowa. It's done from January until the end of April. Once those games kick up, we're along for a lot of the ride, and the guys are going to take you where they're going to take you based off of their preparation and their mindset. And it's really the coaching staff's job to just be supportive at that point. We had to make a technical change here, there, fundamental change here, there. Okay, perfectly fine. But if you're trying to coach hard on the field, it doesn't go real well in my experience, and I want these guys being prepared. And I'm really proud of their interviewing skills today so far too. I think they've done a nice job. Sometimes as a coach, you wonder if they're really listening or if they're not listening, and clearly they've taken on a thing or two. And ultimately, and yeah, this year baseball, but with Cardinal baseball right now, we are still trying to make men. We want these guys to grow up and be good husbands, good fathers, good people in the community, and if they take some of the things that we've thrown at them, I think they're going to be well on their way to doing that. So that to me is a way bigger picture than anything else.
Absolutely. Well said. Fellas, I got to tell you, when I asked him about the best baseball, I thought it was an absolutely. So y'all still got some work to do. He paused and laughed a little bit. Y'all got some work to do. We're going to have a little bit of fun here, and then we're going to get you out. We're going to play some team superlatives here. So I know it's the three of you guys here, but you guys got 10, 12 other guys back home, so feel free to talk about them as well. Brody, we will start with you. Who on the team is most likely to accidentally forget their glove before a game?
Why you said watch it, buddy? Oh, who's forgot something so far? Kaysen Epperson. I hope you watch this. He left his cleats and his belt before a game and his warm-up jersey. Longest road trip of the year. We're in Indianola. We're playing Clark. Or Osceola. And this guy shows up. We're getting ready in the JV game. Game time in like an hour, like 50 minutes. And this guy shows up and he goes, I don't have my cleats, my belt, or my warm-up jersey. He had nothing.
That's impressive. Did you play in just regular New Balances?
I think he took cleats from a JV guy.
Coach, would you do anything for him? What was the reprimand like on that?
I think the thought is like, oh, baseball coach, and you're just doing baseball, and you're just setting a lineup, and you're watching bullpens, and you're making critical decisions. No, I'm carrying an extra belt, one left cleat, 2 hats, and at least 1 spare glove, and I have to check inventory every time we get on the bus to make sure that everybody has the very mandatory pieces. And then if I get to watch a bullpen, everything happened right, which isn't often.
Coach doing pat downs to let you on the bus. You got everything you need. Drake, it's a fun one. There's one answer to this, but I'll let you do it yourself. We'll see if you get it. Most likely on the team to go pro in something other than baseball?
Most likely to go pro in something but baseball. Who's got some good skills on the team? I'm trying to think. Who's got some good skills at something on the team? Some randomly good skills. Who's got that on the team?
Pickleball.
Yeah, Jacob Figueroa on our team. He's another senior. Pickleball. He plays it all the time now. He's pretty good at it. I'll tell you what.
I'm gonna confess something to you guys here. Pickleball is just like human ping pong ball, right?
Basically,
you're just on the actual ping pong table playing with the paddle ball. Like,
basically,
it's just closer tennis. Yeah. Basically, I would prefer tennis. I feel because I feel like I knew what it was, but it just always just seemed like somebody didn't know how to be good at tennis or ping pong, so they picked a sport in between,
right in between,
and it's called pickleball. I'm sorry for all the pickleballers I offended out there, but that's just my thoughts. All right, we got one more. Kaysen, who is secretly the best dancer on the team?
I'm going to think long and hard on this one.
We ain't talking Cotton Eye Joe. I need like some real skills.
We're talking like busted down type.
I need to know who gets down on the dance floor.
I don't know. That's a hard pick.
And if everybody's bad dancers, who's the best bad dancer?
That's also a hard pick. Coach, are you good at dancing?
No, not my forte.
No. Okay. I've seen.
Coach, would you bust a move out for us, Coach?
Zero opportunities for that.
I feel like Drake could really get down on a good song.
Good day I could.
Drake moves.
Good day I could.
Drake moves.
Yes, he does. I think my pick would probably have to be Bodie Farrell. Bodie Farrell, if you're watching this, shout out.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. Big goofy guy in the bus, in the locker room, on the field.
That tracks. Everything I've known about or heard about Bodie, that tracks.
Yeah.
I've got to watch him in a couple things, so I'm glad to see I'll have him around for a little bit too. All right, well, hey, you guys have been fantastic. Like I say, great interviewing skills. Thanks for taking my serious questions and having a little bit of fun with me and getting up early on a Saturday in the middle of your break too. You know, that touches my heart, guys. Touches my heart. I'm going to be out at Comet Plaza soon, and we're going to have some fun in the dugout again, and you boys keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be just fine. So appreciate you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And yeah, we do appreciate hang tight. We got the Cardinal. Actually, this is the very first Cardinal team to be on the sports section on Saturday morning. So, and next week we're following up with Addison Adam. We're going to be talking to Addison about her track. So you guys making the Cardinal debut here on the sports section. Of course, you guys were also named the Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week. 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks.
So yeah, you guys are having
doing big stuff in Cardinal.
Yeah, great stuff here on Steve Shetler Media with Cardinal Baseball. We wish you the best of luck. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we're going to have Sigourney Baseball rolling in on the sports section. Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You got to stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
We are always looking for ways to improve, and we do that by embracing new and better technologies.
With each of us having our own areas of expertise, we collaborate together to give you the best care possible.
Striving to give you the best smile, we believe doing things right the first time saves you both time and money.
All right, we thank all of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media and for supporting us here on the sports section. We're live at Barn Wired on a Saturday morning, 119 East Marion Street. Stop in for some breakfast and some coffee to get you rolling on this Saturday. Well, we had Cardinal Baseball on previously. Now we're jumping in with Sigourney Baseball, and A.J. Johnson from KTVO is our host. A.J.
It's a baseball kind of morning. That's always a good thing to wake up to, right? How's everybody this morning? We're doing well? Fantastic. Thanks for waking up on a Saturday, as you so often do, apparently, for Steve Shetler Media. In my time in media, I know there's always somebody new watching. So for that lucky new person, we'll start over here. If you'll first and last name and position you play for me.
My name is Brady Clark, and I play second base.
Ike Molnex, I play left field.
Isaac Bruce, center field.
And back behind, as everybody probably does know, the ever-esteemed Lee Crawford, not just the head baseball coach, also Sigourney athletic director, and the guy who never has my bound correct, so I have to call him to get all my answers. And Coach, well, no, you know what? We're going to start with Isaac, and I'll let you speak for everybody here. How's it feel waking up still undefeated?
It's good. We had a bit of a scare last night, so, we were able to grind it through, but, it is a good feeling. We just got to keep it rolling here Monday, and we got a tough week next week, so we just got to keep going.
Yeah, I've been looking at the schedule, and, because I don't have to play, I'm excited for next week, but we're going to talk about next week a little later. I don't want to get too far ahead. I feel like I planned your guys' interview quite well, so we're gonna have some fun. So now we'll kick it up to Coach here. Coach, this is the spot that I won't say I found out about you guys last season, but it was where I really started looking at you guys last season, and I think it's when I started coming around every week last season. Obviously, undefeated is where every team wants to be, but you guys were undefeated at this point last season, so your expectations are crazy high. How are you feeling about where you guys are right now?
I don't sleep much, AJ.
You and me both.
Yeah, besides looking at bound and looking at stats and making some phone calls and just doing some scouting, just trying to make sure the kids are having a good time, staying loose. We talk about a lot of things in our huddles about things we need to adjust and work on, and then just overall growth as far as them as young men too. We talk about that as far as development, and just trying to have fun and stay loose and not think about the undefeated part and just go game by game.
Yeah, you told me you guys have this unique experience of being just as good last year, and then only one team wins, and then you guys got to come back and do it all over again. So you told me in the preseason you really wanted to focus on trying to make the game fun, because it's a grind, 40 games, and you're expected to be near perfection in each one. How have you implemented that so far, and how do you feel you've done it successfully to keep this game fun for these guys?
We try to keep it fun in practice. We play work up. We try to play some different things in practice, but then just pushing the team aspect in our games. If you look at our scores, we scored a lot of runs, and kids have had fun scoring runs in the style we're trying to play as far as stealing bases and RBIs and hitting the ball very far. So we've tried to make it fun that way. Keep it loose with them. I think some of the language or talk that we've done with them and keeping it loose, talking about the stock market or the movies, and just some different culture things with them as far as how we talk with them and in our relationships has made it different.
Go down here to Brady. Having a good morning so far?
Yeah, very good morning.
All right. Was it like a 15 minutes you got up before having to be here, or like you get your morning going for real?
No, I did actually, for the first time in ever, I woke up an hour early, which these guys know I never do for anything. I'm usually a minute early to everything. So
I used to call that fashionably on time. You walk in right when at the peak of everybody's worry, and then you show up right when you're supposed to. I've enjoyed watching your team over the last couple seasons. I've enjoyed watching you at the plate over the last couple seasons. For you, being a part of this team for so long, what do you feel like the strength of this team is right now?
I think our strength is our defense for sure. We, other than North Mahaska letting up that 10 runs, but other than that, we haven't let up very many runs at all. We shut down everybody. We make very minimal errors. And when we do make errors, we're not in a horrible spot because the rest of the game we don't have anybody on base. So we play very good defense and try to keep the hits down on our pitchers and keep the pitch counts down too.
Now, when you get in an inning like that or a game like that, you let up 10 runs. Like, how do you handle that challenge? It's something it doesn't happen often. It's a unique situation. 10-run game. How do you handle that, and then how do you bounce back from that next game?
You just have to the whole game, you just have to know that we are the better team, and you have to stay calm. You can't freak out, and you just have to know that, like, our hitting is going to turn up at some point late in the game, and it did, and we put up however many, 16 or whatever, so we got it done.
It's going to be a fun thing to know that if a team puts up 10, you could easily put up 11, so on and so forth. So we started the season. You guys are ranked 4 by at least IA Baseball, some of the other polls. Now they have you, IA Baseball at least has you guys ranked number 2 in the state, behind St. Mary's, I think it is. How do you guys handle the pressure of being that highly ranked once again from game in and game out?
There's not really any pressure. We tell each other every day, don't worry about the rankings. They don't mean anything. Just got to go out and play the best baseball that we can.
Mr. Molinex, how goes it? Did I say it right? Probably not.
Yeah, you said it right.
Oh, go me. You know, we interviewed a couple weeks ago, and I was like, finally, I got him to say his name for me. And every time I still wonder if I got it correct. So I'm proud of myself today. That's my win for the day, guys. Applause to me. And applause to Steve, because we've had 2 teams on today that's kind of had the same theme, and it's the expectations, you know. And I feel like this time for you guys is more driven by you guys after last year to coming at the end of state to now. How do you feel you guys are living up to the expectations that you've put on yourself? Forget Lee in this. I mean, you guys as players, as friends, as athletes.
I feel like we're right where we want to be expectation-wise. We're undefeated. That's exactly where we expected to be. We knew that this upcoming week was going to be our tough week, but it's nothing we can't handle. We're going to go in. We're expecting to go undefeated this week. That's just how it is. So we've done pretty good up until now, but we got to keep on chugging.
I'll tell you, like, again, I'm just a little media dude off to the side with the camera who gets to talk about you every now and then. For what it's worth, I think you guys knew that I kind of had some expectations. I don't know if you guys remember this. At the end of state last year, at the end of the game, you guys walked to the other side of the stadium. I walked around the entire stadium and came and found you guys sitting under the shade of a tree and told you guys it was a hell of a game you played. And, like, there's no reason to be sitting there with your heads down because you guys are going to be right back here next season. Everything right now is looking in that direction. How do you take the ramp up from 10-0 to what you're going into this week to another postseason run?
We really just got to ride the hot wave. We've been doing really well to start the season. We got to carry it out because preferably you're playing your best ball when postseason starts. So, I mean, maybe we're just not even quite at our peak yet, and hopefully we can catch our peak right before the postseason starts and roll it into state and make a little deeper run than we made last year.
Isaac, staying undefeated isn't easy, and I know Coach says you guys try not to focus on that aspect. You go out and do what you do, but how do you stay mentally focused game to game, week to week?
It's just about taking one game at a time, really. I mean, you can't look at the records. You can't look at your schedule. You know, you got a game today. You focus on that, and then you move on to the next one. So you can't look ahead. You just got to take it one game ahead, and it's all going to click when you do that.
Break it down into the aspect of the game then. Does that translate for you to one inning at a time?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own job, so you just got to do your part. You know, if you're up to the plate, you're focused on getting on base. I mean, if you're in the field, make your play. If everyone does their job, we're going to have no problems.
If you could describe this team in one word, what would it be and why?
Brothers.
I like that. While I can, probably put the pieces together why, tell everybody else why you would go that route.
We've all got such a close bond from the freshmen, 8th graders, all the way to the seniors and juniors. I mean, last year, I think we had about 7 of the 9 starters. We all played travel ball together for like a little school team. And so, that's kind of kept a close bond. And along the way, we've picked up some other friends. So, I mean, we've all kind of been close our entire lives.
You guys can see it like on the field. Watching you guys play is, I honestly believe, on field is kind of the best chemistry I've seen. I never worry about how the game's going to play out. So I'll tell you a little fun story for me for last week. I show up at Kyoto, and you guys are great, but I showed up for softball. I'm just going to be real. There was a very rival history going on that I had found out a bunch of stats about the softball and just kind of played into what I had already told my audience. But so we get there, and the way the fields are set are beautiful because it's just I'm right there in the middle, and I was like, cool, I'll keep an eye on baseball and make sure I get both games to take back. Well, softball is going about as expected. There's no runs going on, and we're at the bottom of the third, and I was like, all right, I got to get this baseball game somehow. And I look over, and you guys are about to go up and bat, and I think it's the third inning for you guys as well. And I was like, all right, let's go get this. And I had trust that I get exactly what I needed because it was 2-1. And when I go with my camera, you guys put up 5 runs for me, everything I needed for your baseball highlight. By the time you were at the bottom of the third, softball, I got to the 6th, and I got everything I needed from you, and I didn't have to worry. I knew that I could come, and your power lineup, your bat lineup, would do exactly what I needed. So first and foremost, thank you, because if I didn't get any of your plays and I missed that one inning, it would have been very bad for me. But Isaac, would you explain to me how you feel the way your lineup is set up and how that gives you guys an advantage offensively?
I mean, I'll give props to the coaches. I mean, they know what they're doing with the batting lineup. I mean, everyone does their job. You're up to the plate. You're just going to go bat. I mean, it's pretty simple. No one really has a crazy job that they need to do. You just got to try and get a hit.
Brady, do you feel like your placement in the lineup, I know he's made some changes, is beneficial for the person before you or after you?
I'd say pretty beneficial for Caden, who's after me in the third. I think with Cole getting on before me most of the time and then he's still second, I've always got that itch to hit him in and score, and I've always got that chance to score an extra run for us. And then I think with me getting on with Caden up behind me, it just keeps that trend going along down through our lineup.
Ray, what's something about this team that people don't get to see?
Probably our connection. Every time we do something as a team, whether it's BP or it is practice, we're always very connected, and we do everything as a team pretty much.
Sorry. I was going to call you Caden for some reason, and I was like, I know better than that. You don't even look like him. You're not even related. Well, as far as I know. Please stop it. With everything coming on this week, what would you say your mindset and the focus is for this team as you guys head into what's going to be a very tough Monday?
Our focus, we're just focused on ourselves. We're focused on bettering ourselves. We know that we can take care of this, take care of business on Monday. We just gotta hit the ball. Really, I feel like our defense is going to do just fine. We just got to get up, step up to the plate, have confidence, hit the ball. We're focused on that.
So for me, let me do a better job for those at home. Monday is Linville Sully. And, I mean, if it wasn't a rivalry before, after last season, it 100% is. And, last season, I'm not trying to pile on. This was the game where I caught wind of you guys last year. You were both 10-0 last season, and you come into that game, and it's probably the tightest game you played all season, 4-3 in the way of Linville. And then you have to see them again in the postseason, the very first game. They play in your conference. It's just over and over with these guys. And now we come to this season, it's 12-0, 11-0. You guys are 2 of 6 unbeaten teams left in the entire state. And that's not going to be the case on Monday. One of you guys will go home with a loss. What about Linville Sully is a challenge?
I think that Linville Sully always just has a lot of great players. They just have good teams, but we have a good team too. So we're not really too much worried about them. We're more worried about ourselves. We go get a win and get out of there.
Isaac, do you feel like you guys get up a little more for this team? Even undefeated is one thing for both of you, but when it comes to Linville Sully, it's a little extra fervor in the fire for playing them?
Since they caught us last year, that does add a little bit of fire. I don't think we've won the conference champion in about 4 or 5 years, so, that's also kind of another thing that's on the table. So, losing in state last year, that kind of sucks, but, yeah, that does kind of fuel the fire. We want to get this one bad.
Yeah, honestly, you guys were one questionable call, I think, on your hit from it being a different game, and now here we are again. Like, do you feel like if you guys get this win against Linville on Monday, that you're set up for success for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we catch this win. That's going to be a huge momentum boost. This is the game we've been looking for all year. We can win this. We know what we've got here, so we can keep it rolling through the postseason.
All right, Coach, we'll go to you, and then we'll have some fun with these guys. You've always had the expectations, and you've always, from what I know, had the roster to meet them. Where these guys are now and going into Monday, what's the message for Monday against a team like Linville and the week you got coming up? I think you got Northland after that and BGM. It's about to be a gauntlet.
Yeah, I think that the boys here have answered, it's basically one game at a time. We take care of our business. We've learned some lessons throughout the years about not worrying about what the other team's going to bring to the table and just preparing ourselves for, the game as far as our hitting and our defense and going through some strategy stuff with them. And, it's on us. We can't worry about what Linville or Northland or BGM's doing. We have to, take care of our own business and try to perfect our own crafts, just like, we talk about hitting all the time and putting the time in the cage and on the tees, and it's no different than going in the gym and shooting baskets or taking shots for three and wrestling and perfecting your craft. So it's on our end, getting your ground balls and that type of stuff. And they've shown what we try to do anyways, take care of ourselves.
And you brought me a few seniors, and you got a few on the team in the squad this year. But just lastly, what are the seniors for this program have meant to you over the years, and what they're doing for the team to come after this year?
Well, I tried to look up some stats for you. I think going into the season, I'm pretty sure they were like 53-12 throughout their career going into the season. They've been part of the base of what we've been trying to do, the last 6 or 7 years, probably since they were in junior high. I did look up. I think we've won with these guys 23 out of our last 26 games in a row. Something like 14 out of the last 15 or 15 out of 17, something like that. These guys have won, and they've just been the backbone of a lot of great teams from their freshman year on, and we continue to try to keep that building somewhat. We've got a great freshman class and sophomore class that these guys are mentoring right now. Ike being one of the sophomores, Chase Clarahan, Lincoln Power, Landon Conrad, that whole group, and then we have a very good freshman class coming in that these guys are mentoring and making sure they carry on some traditions for us. So we've just been trying to build the program that way, and we have a lot of games this week just by some things going different in the schedule. Northland got moved, BGM got moved and put in this week. Otherwise, we might have only 4 games, but it wasn't loaded that way. So, but they've done a great job handling game by game and having some fun on the way doing it.
Well, I'll tell you, Sigourney Sports is one I've talked highly about all the way through and through over the last years. But what you guys do on the diamond and the softball circle, people know about, and it's been fun to watch. And you guys keep it up. So
we just told our junior high kids that the other day. We had Hunter Sellers had a video put out, and it had, the last time I checked, it had over 243,000 views just on that video and where we're ranked and all those things. We were trying to tell our junior high kids that when you wear that S out in public, you better understand that people understand what that S means. So
I agree. I remember we did the sports summary last year, which was a very fun, interesting thing. And one of the questions I asked you and Shelly Striegel, and we'll do it for the people here. What does it mean to have a savage mentality?
A savage mentality? To me, it's never quit. Be the tip of the spear. Be leading the way in everything we do, and then there's no quit. Okay, those are savage teams. We try to represent our community very well. We have a hard-working community, in my opinion. All the way, any occupation we have in our town, people work hard in this town, and when they come out to the ballpark, we want a ballpark or a gym or a field. We want to show them that we represent that.
Fantastic. All right, fellas, you ready to have a little fun? All right, we're going to play a little which would you rather? We'll keep it baseball style. So, Brady, would you rather hit a home run or make an insane diving catch?
Oh, geez. I think I'd probably rather hit a home run because that helps the team out more than making a catch. But the catch would be pretty cool, though.
Now I'm going to do one more for you. Bus ride naps or bus ride jam session?
We don't nap on the bus. We have pretty good talks, actually. We debate a lot on the bus. So, yeah, I would switch jams to bus ride
What's
debates.
the best
actually.
debate?
Without,
if it can be said. If it can be said.
Ike would have to help me out on this. I can't remember what one. Oh, we had a debate last year, too, about this got brought up yesterday, too, on Cole McKay. He lives over by Watch here. We had this debate on how long it takes to get from Casey's in town to his house, and it was Ike mainly running this debate, and he's never drove to Cole's house, and he guessed the time on the dot.
Oh,
and Cole was like, I don't know, 8 minutes off, and he drives it every day.
He drives it every
twice.
day.
So that's probably the best one.
The amount of times I debate how fast I drive to so many towns in this area. In one year, I've gone through way too often. I'm going to keep that in mind, though, because now that you just gave me an idea of a different route I could probably take. Ike, would you rather, I guess this is a little different, would you rather rain delay or extra innings?
Extra innings for sure. I think that if you're in extra innings, you're probably having a pretty fun game, but rain delays are just boring. You're waiting around, and then like last year we had that rain delay that got canceled after we waited for however long. So I think extra innings would be for sure the answer there.
You guys don't have any like rain delay games or any things you guys do while you're just waiting?
Nope. No, we really just hang around, I feel like.
Younger groups have played tic-tac-toe with a ball and thrown it back and forth at the dugouts. There
Yeah.
was a joust one time a couple years ago.
A joust?
A joust.
Are we talking about the one where someone gets on the shoulders and
back of the shoulders
crazy to
and
me?
yeah,
It's crazy to me. I saw that in a video recently, and I'm just like,
That was a couple years ago.
I'm just like, all right. Out of all the things to do in a rain delay, the one where your catcher falls on his neck might not be the best one, but all right. And then, all right. So then we'll go with Isaac lastly here. Let's put you in the mindset of being a pitcher. Would you rather than a walk-off win or a no-hitter?
Walk-off win.
Walk-off homer? Then throw in a no-hitter?
Yep.
Impressive. Why is that?
I mean, there's no other better fashion than a walk-off.
I mean, no-no's pretty cool. I almost threw one in the show the other day. And eighth inning, he just walks up and homers me. But, yeah, that actually proves your point. I got homer and it sucks. So it's cool. All right, cool. I like it. That's all I got, actually. So
I'll throw this in. I got a couple of things. And I was sitting here thinking, Isaac, you probably hold the record as an individual for the most appearances on this show over the last couple of years. So thank you for all your appearances. I did want to ask you, of course, we had you on here a couple months ago, I think, talking about the Shrine Bowl. That's coming up. You're going to be playing in it. What's the date on that again?
I go to camp July 19th.
Okay. And I know you were selling some tickets. How is that going? How can people still buy?
You can still just contact me if you want any tickets.
And what's that for again?
It's to attend the Shrine Bowl. So right now I'm actually done with the fundraising that ended on, I believe, May 31st. So, yeah, just tickets to go to the game.
Okay. All right. Well, best of luck with that. And, yeah, thanks for being on the show. I don't know if we'll have you on again. So this might be our farewell.
All right.
Maybe. Hope, man. Fingers crossed. Maybe we'll
post
do it
Shrine
again.
Bowl appearance.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
see, get the experience going.
Yeah, but regardless, thanks to all you guys for being on the show. And I guess, we'll just go ahead and take a break. You guys hang tight. We'll get a picture during the commercial break. But we'll take a commercial break. AJ and I will be back to wrap things up after this on the sports section. The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Complete Care of Iowa is a medical clinic located in Sigourney, Iowa that provides care to patients of all ages. Located at 113 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Call 641-541-4040. Complete Care of Iowa is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday by appointment only. They're currently accepting new patients. Find more information at CompleteCareOfIowa.com. Complete Care of Iowa. Health care for where you are. Find your Iowa dream home with AE Realty in Montezuma. With unparalleled industry knowledge and local expertise, AE Realty is the Montezuma real estate expert you've been looking for. Whether you're buying or selling, AE Realty can help you get the best deal. You can find AE Realty at 321 East Main Street in Montezuma. Call 641-623-2639 or go to aerealtyinc.com.
If you like red, white, and blue from Tassel Ridge Winery, but prefer sweet white wines, try our Star Spangled White. Star Spangled White is a sweet white wine made entirely from Edelweiss grapes. Chill a bottle of Star Spangled White and sip it as you watch the sunset. Tassel Ridge Star Spangled White wine is available at about 350 retail outlets located all over Iowa. Look for the displays of Tassel Ridge wine where you shop. If the store doesn't offer Star Spangled White, ask the manager to get it for you.
All right, we're back for our final segment here on the sports section. Again, live at Barnwired in downtown Sigourney on the south side of the square. Stop in for breakfast and coffee on this Saturday morning. And before we take it back to AJ, do want to bring up the images for our Athlete of the Week and our Team of the Week. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic's Athlete of the Week for this week. It's the EBF Invitational, of course, because they just trade it every other week. We've got Kaylee Helm from EBF Softball. Obviously, you can see that she's the catcher for the team. So Kaylee was voted. She had well over 300 votes this past week. So those EBF athletes, they're tough to beat. And Kaylee got the honor this week. So congratulations to Kaylee. Last week it was Lainey Batterson, and then this week it is Kaylee Helm. So congratulations to Kaylee. And then our Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week for this past week is HLVTC Softball. They've been super competitive. I know they took Sigourney to the limit here just the other night, but they're playing really well. HLVTC, the Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week for softball. Have you had the opportunity, AJ, to see HLVTC in action or Kaylee Helm, either or?
I have not seen HLV yet. I imagine I'll get a chance to when there's a Sigourney or a Pekin if they haven't already knocked that out of the schedule completely. But I've seen Kaylee Helm a lot. And honestly, I'll tell you now, shout out to her. I know it's a voting thing, but, you know, EBF over the years, their girls' sports have been more than exceptional.
Yes.
And a lot of it was the talent of the Schaefer twins. But let me tell you, Kaylee Helm is arguably the glue to what their volleyball team, their basketball team, and softball team has done over the years. So she absolutely deserves it. She's got a track on her with the softball team this year. They had some curveballs thrown their way at the beginning of the season with their rosters, and I'd imagine she's doing her glue thing and holding that team together again. So, she definitely deserves it, and a shout-out to them and EBF. So.
Yeah, as you mentioned, EBF, a lot of attention goes to the Schaefers, but, man, they do have a great supporting cast, which is even more than a supporting cast. I mean, you could list numerous names from their roster. So, congratulations to both the HLVTC and EBF programs for being represented on our Athlete and Team of the Week for this week. Yeah, we do it voting style. Does KTVO have their own Athlete of the Week and all that?
Not a voting style, not Athlete of the Week. We do, we partner with Complete Family Medicine in Missouri, and we do a Student Athlete of the Month, and we look. We don't take that lightly. I actually chose the last one, and you can find it on my Facebook page, AJ Johnson KTVO. Right now, I selected Tumwa athlete Chase Thompson, and the reason I did this. A lot of the student athletes that we do are the guys or the girls who have ridiculous stats, or they're the best players that the school has ever seen, and we wanted to make sure they got their gold. Chase is a great athlete. He's one of 2 4-sport athletes at Ottumwa, but the reason I chose him was because he's never the most talented. He's never the best player. But there's nobody who outworks this kid. There's nobody who's more dedicated than this kid. And I was like, there's no way that we let him go out without getting that appreciation, because every coach who's had him will tell you he's their Kaylee Helm, if you will. And the teammates stay the same. Without him, they're a completely different squad, completely different team, completely different people. So shout out to Chase Thompson. Hopefully he'll be one of the guys that comes on when Ottumwa baseball's here, and you guys can see it for yourself.
Yeah, next week we have Ottumwa baseball. We've got Addison Adam from Cardinal Track. She's going to be on. And I told last year, I told you last week that we do a Athlete of the Year tournament, and we'll also be doing a Team of the Year tournament coming up in August. Addison was our Athlete of the Year. She got the big championship belt. I told her to bring it with her.
Yeah, there you go.
So we can kind of promote the fact that, you get a legitimate championship belt. It's about she's about the size of the belt. Yeah, she's just a little thing. So Addison and Ottumwa baseball for next week. But kind of sticking on that subject, I know we're running a little bit long right now.
I'm
but
good.
Those even choosing. I can only imagine picking one person. For that award. But me choosing, I put up 20 area athletes. I try to get the area well represented with different athletes. But the pressure, on our end, the pressure, even just picking 20, it's man, I hope I'm picking the right people.
Yeah, I hope I got everyone. And you're right, because picking one, you also think there's only so many months in a school year. Who did I forget? And it happens. And, what you try to do, at least on my end, is when you choose that athlete, you represent the story well. You make sure it's known why that person was selected, and so the people watching, at the very least, are grateful that person got represented. But you're right, it is pressure, and I make sure I'm nice and loving to everybody. So that
awesome. Well, AJ, again from KTVO, what do you got going on this weekend? What's the rest of your weekend looking like?
So I'm excited to. I'm headed out to University of Iowa tonight. Bob Pearl Field. The Pekin softball team's got a doubleheader against Central City and Keota, so that should be a little fun experience, and get to talk to the softball team, the coaches, and hopefully they have themselves a great time, because again, it's about the experience as well as the game. So we'll be out there in Iowa City. I'm gonna go early and go to Pop's Barbecue and get me some really good food. If you don't know about Pop's Barbecue in Iowa City, this is your notice. Get out there. It's on Dubuque Street. Some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
Maybe they'll come on as a sponsor now.
Hey, maybe. If I can get you some sponsorship, let me know. I'll do what I can.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing you there tonight. Of course, we'll have the live coverage of those Pekin games, and then for the highlights, you can check out AJ on KTVO. Yeah. It's a good combination.
Maybe I'll stop in and talk with your audience at halftime. Halftime. What am I talking about?
In between.
Yeah, you got me. I swear, I know sports, everybody.
Right before they shoot some 3-pointers and score a touchdown for the softball game.
Can't wait to see the hat tricks out there.
Yeah. Well, AJ, second show under your belt. Another great job. And, this is a great combination. Appreciate you coming up from Ottumwa and hosting. And we'll do it again next week. Again, Ottumwa baseball, Addison Adam from Cardinal Track, and AJ Johnson from KTVO. AJ, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Appreciate everybody tuning in and maybe listening on Skunk River Radio to the sports section live from Barn Wired.